what the basically I'm going to be talking about the hacking, or basically what the information security is today. So as you can see today is we have a large amount of information everywhere. The data, the information that we collect on internet, on our desktop, on our phones, everywhere, the data is the information. And someone like in the security always have concern about their data or the information. So the information security, that is the main goal of hacking. Or here we can say about ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is not the case, but doing certain thing in the form of ethical way, or you can say why do we need a like someone who have some responsibility. And here the another word, that is a hacking. Hacking basically is could be a like in a bad manner or a good manner. So if someone doing certain thing without any premises or without any concern, so it can be considered as a bad hacking, or we have another name that we will discuss later. But we can consider that is not the ethically way of doing certain thing. So so in the form of like where we are protecting the data or information, uh, is that okay? Like I'm doing everything on the word, okay, so I have not built any ppt, so we will do everything in the word document. All right. Yeah. Anyone? Hello.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So what basically I'm talking about, the state of information where the information security is well maintaining well-being of in the form of infrastructure. And if we are tampering, uh, we are having some concern. Well, just give me 2 minutes, I have to take a break. Wait. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, okay. So, like I was talking about ethical hacking basically. What the ethically means, when we are doing certain thing, in a particular manner, or you can say in some terms, like following the laws and rules. And following the laws and rules, we have we have also follow the terms that organization would have, and also another terms that the organization outside the organization, like country wise, state wise, and other types of laws would be there. So what basically the another terms that is non-ethically, or you can say black hat, gray hat, or there is a white hat hackers. So like if there is a like hacking, there would be the same concern, like either doing a black hat hacker who is doing certain bad things, and there is also a white hat hacker that consider as a certified or ethical hacker. So like there is some laws, there is a regulation. Like if I'm gonna talk about, there is some organization who have concern with the laws and regulation. uh, like there is a FI SMA, that is a Federal of Information and Security Management. There is also some government rules. There is some private organization who is concerned about the protecting. There is also data general protection, that is GDPR, who also responsible for managing data. How should the data should be managed, and data would be not in a lawful, as well as how you are managing the accuracy, as well as how you are storing the data, and who is the accountability. So these are basically uh, managing of data. There is also another act, that is a Data Protection Act, and that is DPA in short. Uh, and different organizations have to follow those rules if they are having uh, data or information from different individuals. So each country, also have, in India as well, there is a General Data Protection Act 2023, and so that's all. So next thing that we do in a CH or certified ethical hacking, we have some methodologies. What the methodologies basically? Method. What the basically methodology means, like how you are managing like method to protecting the data. There is different methodology. One of them is like cyber kill chain. So we consider a cyber kill chain methodology, where we first I try to identify who, what the data is all about, who is concerned about, and also how, what the tools and techniques are there. Also how you can installing, how you're managing using command and control and actions. So these would be like, another would be different methodologies, could be like and like there is also adversaries protection, where we basically considering some other type of NIST frameworks are also there. But now I'm going back, like where what all these frameworks and the data should be concerned, but in a in terms of security. So when we have a system, we have some servers, we have some phones, we have our web pages, websites, and all the things on the internet. So always there, if there is connectivity between the user, between the system, so we would have some vulnerability in those, like vulnerability basically loopholes, the loopholes that may be having without any authentication, you are allowing someone, or any types of unauthorized user, or you are not having resources to protect the system. So so hacking on a, like either on a computer, on a network, doing by a malicious actor, or could be to protecting the network using some script, or you can say, and there would be different techniques, using worms, using viruses. So these could be like doing by a ethical or non-ethical hacker. So, using a methodology, we would have a different hacker, yeah. So hackers. So it would be like different hackers. First would be a black hat hackers. This one, the black hat. Like you can think about someone who have always have a um, extraordinary, you can say, have a different types of mindset, like a black hat. You when you think about black hat, what basically comes in your mind, like someone who doing non-ethically things, and have some depth of the computer knowledge. Whereas they also may have sponsored by some organization to to demons the other one, or can be a criminal activity. It could be, depending on. So next could be a white hat hacker, the guy who basically protect the system. So, what basically white hat hacker is? White hat hacker can be considered as a good guy who protecting the system, who find the vulnerability, who use certain laws and regulation, and also have the defensive type of skills. They have same types of skill who may have black hat, but using a appropriate way, using under a laws, so to protecting the system. Third could be a gray hat. What basically gray hat hacker is? Gray hat hacker comes between the black hat and white hat. So like black hat hacker is doing everything illegally or with a criminal mindset, whereas a white hat hacker using under a law. But a gray hat hacker would be any individual who work like either offensively or defensively. Like he can be work for defense or he can be work in a offensive way. And these types of hacker would have a like very, you can say, using some tools and techniques to attack uh, any any website, any types of finding some loops and doing hacking things. So these are not only the types of hacker. Basically there are different types of categories are hackers in the market. There would be a status sponsor, there would be a script writer, there would be bot, there would be a different types of hacker but like in general we consider three main types like black hat, white and gray hat. So these was what the hacking, what the black hat, white hat and gray hat hackers are. Now we're gonna to talk about some of the career path. What the career path in these? Like there is a different careers. Like one of them I told you, a certified ethical hacker or CH. So CH is a this is the name of one of the course, or you can say who basically focused on like certifiedly hacking or ethical hacking. So if you do CH, what basically you can do after that? You can join as a network engineer, network engineer or pen testing, pen tester, network pen tester, who basically finds uh, some vulnerability or loopholes in a network. There would be a cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity analyst, who basically do pen testing as well, other stuff like finding some loops in a hardware, in a software. So also doing some other work like helping other members to evaluating their overall risk on the software as well as in the community. So these are some of the cs. There is also another like um, network engineer, there would be a hardware engineer. So not doing the only to concerning about engineering, they also have to protect those systems. So to protecting, we have these like careers, cyber security. There are different roles as well. Like there is L1 level engineer, there is L2, and what basically there is a operation center, cyber security operation center, where have a different levels. So you can work on those as well. And you can also, if I gonna to in depth, there are thousands of currently career paths are there. Now I'm going to talk about hacking tools. uh, if you have any questions till now, you can ask me. uh, Hello.
Not now, Ashutosh. For now, you can continue.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the hacking tools. So the first thing that also written here, Kali Linux. So why do we consider Kali Linux as a hacking tool or a software or whatever? So there are different types of operating system in the market. OS. OS basically individual or software that help us to to engage with the hardware. That is a mid-level software. So there are different types of operating system. Why not we are using a Windows operating system? Windows is a like GUI or graphical user interface operating system, GUI. Whereas another operating system, that is a CLI. CLI, there are thousands of operating system who comes under CLI. There is also different operating system, not only Windows. There is also Mac. There is also another operating system like in Linux as well, like Ubuntu. That is semi CLI. But there are different operating system. Can we do hacking with Windows? Yeah, we can use Windows as well for a for pen testing, for network testing, or any types of hacking. So we can use. But why do we go with a Kali Linux? Kali Linux is an operating system that is more focused on a hacking. If you're gonna to use or if you have ever seen Kali Linux, so it has like mm, an interface with like if you compare with the Windows, you're gonna to have difference between Windows and Kali Linux. So so there would be a like mm, command or command interface, or we also call it scripting or cell cell. What basically we do with this cell help us to interact with hardware and as well as software. So whereas in Windows we have a like uh, a logo, or you can say a operating system where we have different types of software have their own like logo, or you can say graphical user interface. You can click on it and you can open it and use it. Whereas using the bash cell, we have a command line. So we can use a command to interact. Also we can launch software using command line. And the very important thing with the Kali Linux is that it has a thousands, or you can say 100 plus operating systems are pre-installed in it. And those are focused for security purposes only. And some of them are like Metasploit, Wireshark, Nmap, and Bobsuit. What these tools basically is, these tools are for like hacking. In basic hacking, what the hacking we already know. We can do either in a good way, in a bad way, or so if we have like Metasploit, I'm not going to depth, but uh, this is the framework. Like you can see also exploitation framework. They have like thousands of libraries, and those libraries have like scripts as well as the uh, vulnerabilities. By using those vulnerabilities, we exploit the systems. We exploit the like either you can exploit the Android, or you can uh, Android. You can also exploit the Windows as well as other operating system and softwares as well. So they have like scripts. You can launch it and you can find the vulnerability on it. And using those vulnerability, we can get access on it. This is the first. Next is a Wireshark. Wireshark is also a a tool, or you can say network tool, Wireshark. As the name of it, like Wireshark wire. Wire is basically when we are connecting two devices, three devices, or the internet. That is a connection of thousands, or you can say uh, millions of devices around the world. So on the wire there would be a different devices. Those devices have the vulnerability, or I'm not talking about internet, leave the internet, just talk about there is a in a like local area network, like we have a 10 of devices connected together. So what basically happened here? You are connected to a router, and those router are connected with a switch, and then we have a devices, device 1, device 2, and device n. So you are forming a local networks of devices who are sharing some data between them, and so on. So what basically happening, someone from outside and may have some concern, may have may want using a vulnerability, using a mm, using someone using social engineering or any types of hacking techniques. They just gain a access in your network. What basically next they can do, they can see each and everything whatever you are doing in your network. So to knowing who basically doing what the things on the network, so we can analyze the traffic. So analyzing the traffic, we will we will find if someone outsider have joined our network. So this is the second tool. The third is nmap. So nmap is like, this is the also a network scanning tool, or in short we have a n for network and map, network mapper. So using the nmap, we do mapping of the network. So we can map local area as well as on the other networks. So what basically happened when we map a network, we not only mapping the network, we going to uh, analyze what the protocols, what the services are running on the devices, and what the protocols basically, like you have a connected using a Google Meet. So Google Meet is a web page where you have logged in, and in background they are using a protocol called https. So this is a protocol on the internet. Using this protocol, we have connected different uh, from different areas on earth and sharing our information. So this is one of the protocol. There are almost like 65,000 protocols are there, more than 100 something. Well, this is the one of the protocol you are familiar with. So next thing was like services. What the services is, basically services on the protocol. There are services running, like we are running a like uh, we are running FTP FTP, file transfer protocol. So FTP is another protocol. They are having help you to sending some file and receiving as well as on some port number. There would be a port number. So that is all. So when we are mapping a network, we are finding different types of services, those running on the devices, and also the protocol, those are running on the devices. And maybe they are using a old services, like there was a HTTP instead of HTTPS. So what the HTTP and HTTPS, in very basic, you can see there is a S, there is no any S. So here, if I gonna to say, This S basically stand for SSH or secure cell, and they have no any security feature. This is basic, very basic. So if some website or some organization using HTTP instead of HTTPS, they can be vulnerable. They have whatever they will share, gonna do very like unencrypted way. So anyone who connected to the router and maybe router broadcasting their message to all the devices, or maybe their switch would have a DOS attack, denial of service, or maybe a man in the middle attack. So what going to happen? They will collect the information using Wireshark, and and also another, there are different tools. So we have like now in the network, there would be those attacker, and they can capture the traffic, and later he can just refine the data, the information, and so on. So later he can use it, those information. Next is a bob suit. Perps is basically a web security testing. So this is also a software that help us to testing the web pages. Web pages, like we are running Google Meet. So if we want to, or like launch a test, what the vulnerability, what the possibilities are there. So we have automated as well as manual testing using the Bob suite. I'm not going to depth on any of these, but I'm going to show you Kali Linux. Just give me 1 minute, and I am changing my screen to my virtual machine. Now you may have idea like what the hacking, what the like tools. There are hundreds of tools. There are thousands of tools like we can use in a Kali Linux environment, but some of them are these. Okay, now it's fine. I'm changing my screen. Just give me a. Now you can see VMware workstation. This is one of the virtual box. Virtual box basically, uh, it is also software that have a, a advantage. Like you can run a second operating system using your home operating system. Home would be like I have installed my Windows in my mm, in my in my laptop, in my desktop. So using this the operating system of Windows, we can also use a different types of operating system. Like I'm launching Kali Linux here. I've already installed it. So uh, how to install it? How uh, we can have a lab setup. I will discuss in another video, or sorry, another lecture. But for today, I'm just going to launch this virtual box Kali Linux. Okay. So basic interface, you're gonna to have like this. We can change it according to the GUI, or so we're going to talk about those later. But we have to log in here and using my username and password. Okay. So now you can see this is the Kali Linux home interface, and here you can see the change between a Windows. I have not shown you how Windows look, but you already familiar. You must, but this is what. Now you can have like this is the lock screen, this is the time, this is the like connection we have connected. These are some of the, like you can see the logo of volume, and also there is a notification. In the left side you can have this logo applications. There is also like if we have different windows opened here, we can just click on it and we have like just minimize all the screen. Now next is a home, like in Windows we have a explorer, so we have also a Windows like home user. There is also a text editor, this is the Firefox browser, and there is also a terminal or emulator, or we also say bus where we run. There is also a root terminal, there is a power cell. Now we can say this is the 1 2 3 4. There's a different screens you can uh, like explore. Next, if I going to click on application, you can see tons of applications. First there is a like favorites, recent use, all applications, settings, and there is a user applications. And next is a information gathering. So in hacking, in cybersecurity, information is everything. If I need to attack or protect a system, we first have to gather information. This is the first you can say. Uh, okay, give me just 1 second. Okay, so hello, am I audible?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, so first thing is information gathering, where we collect all the information related to target or protecting whoever you like concern. There would be a protecting, there would be a attacking. So we basically call it uh, information gathering, to collecting about your target. So this is the first phase. Second is vulnerability analysis. After collecting the information, we do vulnerability assessment. Vulnerability assessment, like what the vulnerability basically, what the loop holes. There would be some what we can say, vulnerability can be considered as a as a um, as a loopholes, or any types of uh, virus, or any types of misconfiguration in a system. So we analyze those vulnerability that we just found in a information gathering. So in the information gathering we have tons of software, like you can say DNS analysis, you do these are SMTP, SNMP, SSL. Like I told you, there is SSL. There is also these softwares and map you can see here. And next is a vulnerability analysis. You can see there is a softwares, but we can also install another softwares. Those are available on the internet. Next is a web application analysis. Next is a database assessment, password attacks, wireless attacks, reverse engineering, exploitation tools, sniffing, post exploitation, and forensics, reporting tools, social engineering, and there are some links. So these are. Next you can see here, like there are also different tools. Like one of them is nmap. I'm going to launch it from here as well, and we can now minimize it. Okay, so now we have this terminal, we can launch it. Okay, so we're gonna to have it here. Okay, so we can also launch like this. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay, so we have just launched a terminal, or in Windows we have a command prompt, we say. So here you can see there is a user, there is a Kali, and there is a desktop. As I have just opened my terminal on desktop, I can change my directory, and now I am the in the main directory. We have some commands like present working directory. Basically, it says where I am basically logged in. Home and user. User is basically my username. I have just not renamed it as a user. So that if I'm going to ask it who am I, then it will say I'm a user. uh, like in Windows we have a default account, we have also a administrator account. In Linux we have a root account. If I going to su and root, so it will ask my password and it is saying authentication failure as I have not if I going to just as root. So what it will ask, it will like it is not running. But if I'm going to give a sudo basically it is a super user. And in Linux we have something called errors. Like if you're gonna to type a command, it will say you done something like root not found. Did you mean root and something? If you want to install, you can install. And now I'm going to log in as a sudo. So what basically it is saying, su user sudo does not exist. So you have entry certain all. So I can log in as a super user as well. Su and user. So it is again saying failure. Okay. So now I'm logged in as a root user, or you can see Kali. So if I going to change directory and clear my screen, so this is what the root account. Or if I going to am I audible, right? Hello. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not now logging as a root account. What basically root account is? Root account is a admin, or you can say it has a highest privilege. Or privilege, he can download, install everything. So now I'm going to launch my first tool, that is Nmap. Here, Nmap. I'm going to just write it and launch. So what's going to happen? It will give me all the information about Nmap, what the nmap uses. Nmap, like you can see Nmap scan type. And there is also another thing that we can use, man. What basically man is a manual of anything. If I'm going to type here man ls, so it will give me manual for ls, that is a list directory. Whatever, like if I'm going to type here ls, they will give me. I'm going to exit from root. Or now if I'm going to type ls, so you can see whatever the folders or files are in my directory basically home and user, present working directory, that is home and user. And these are the files are in my directory or this user account. So that is. Now the next thing is man. Man, if I'm going to write man, then also they will give a manual for man. Man is a interactive to the system reference manual. Manual basically when we purchase a software or a hardware or any types of thing, we also get a manual for the system, those hardware or software. So same like that, we have a manual for each of the software in Linux. So we can use it as well. So if I'm going to write a man and then software name, the software was what? Nmap. And you have a Nmap. So network exploitation tool and security post scanner. You can see there is lots of information. I'm not going to that. So that is. So next, you can see like if you're going to install a Windows, you cannot have these types of software pre-installed in it. We can install it. Like we have softwares for Windows as well. I'm not saying like when it is not possible to do a like ethical hacking using a Windows, but to like very easily we can use a Kali Linux, or there is also another operating system like Ubuntu is there. There is also like Parrot operating systems are there, Pure operating system. There are different operating systems, and Parrot is also very like good operating system where you will get lots of network pen testing tools. I will go those operating system later, but that is all. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And I know it was not a very interactive, but hope you get everything. Hello.
Yes, Ashush.
Yeah, yeah. So now you can ask if you have any questions or anything.
Uh,
Anyone
uh,
have?
yeah, please. Someone is saying.
Yes, you can
Someone saying.
raise your hand.
Yeah. So, which tools mostly focused for interview in questions during the job interview?
Okay, so for the like cyber security is very vast field. You cannot consider single tool in it. Well, in very basic, you must have an idea how the Nmap works, how basically Kali Linux is very beneficial, and how the basic like one of tool I just told you like Wireshark. Wireshark is very good tool where we can analyze our network. You can see here we just launched a Wireshark, and here you can see ETS0, that is Ethernet, that is also loop back, and there is also different networks. And you can see on my network, if I'm going to launch it, we have these packets, and you can see the protocols, destination, source, and time. So these are the things we can capture it. I will do the practical later, but in like this is one of the tool. Next was the Nmap. So we should have a depth knowledge of Nmap, because everything in cybersecurity, uh, protecting the network, all the things are happening or going on your wire, on your either could be wire or wirelessly. If your system are very like expensive, you are protecting with the latest uh, antivirus you have, but you are not protecting your router, you are not protecting your switches. So what going to be happen, anyone can get into your network, and either you are protecting your device, they can find some vulnerability and get your all data. And so that's all. So you should have very depth knowledge of networking tools, network pen testing tools. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Ashush, one more thing. How can we build a strong foundation for and where we can start, and what will be the fundamental of the in cybersecurity for after ethical hacking?
Okay, okay.
Just
So yeah,
so that
that's a
for
good question. Yeah. So in ethical hacking, uh, uh, in ethical hacking, we have a very vast syllabus. If anyone want to go into it, anyone from any field, they can be in the cybersecurity. So best thing to start with, like fundamentals, how hacking work. Like there is some courses like Security Plus. There is also Network Plus, that is very good. You can say mm, fundamental as well as advanced level of knowledge for networking. So starting from network, how network work, how LAN work, how MAN work, how basically all types of networks work together and making a internet. And so starting from there you can build the next thing, like how on the network services work, how we can protect those services using like CI, that is a confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That is a main goal of everything on the in the cybersecurity. Okay, so starting from networking, and you can go layer by layer to pen testing as well as ethical hacking. And there is also advanced course like OSCP, offensive security, and yeah, that's all.
And one more thing, thanks for these queries. And Ashutosh, one more to know. There are many job roles in cybersecurity for SOC and
Yeah,
security analyst, security architect, security admin. Okay, so for any particular job role, how much efforts we need to put for like a SOC analyst for cybersecurity analyst, and how much hours and how much practice we need to understand the topics and under the concept, and then can apply for the job.
yeah, correct. So like if they are from IT, they are already have basics understanding of how hardware, like how data work in the your system. So if they have basic foundation, they can start with the advanced thing like security plus. That is a 40-hour plus, like 40 hour you will have a practice as well as theory, or practical and theory. So when you do those security plus courses, they have starting from the how confidentiality work. Confidentiality, that is a, like if you are using WhatsApp says like you are two-way authentication or two-way encryption system they are using. So what is encryption? Now you may have asked. So to knowing those things very easily, you can start with a security plus. They have like 40 hours, so they take almost 2 months of duration. And one more thing, like they have practical and in a Windows as well as Linux and server as well. Yeah, so almost 2 and 3 month of practice, you can go very, like as a SOC analyst, you can join if you have a background of IT. If you from a non-IT, so you can have a another like starting from network plus, and then you can go with. So it will take almost 4 months, and it depends on also how much you are making the effort. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Ashutosh.
yeah.
For
Thank.
now, we are going to close the workshop. Okay, so anything
Yes.
we done today. Okay, I hope you understand the expectation about the ethical hacking, and hope you understand the what tools we have to learn for that, and how much effort we need to put for this job role, and a very vast market and a very unexpected job available market, but we need to learn before that.
Yeah,
So
correct.
so thanks for asking. For now we
Mm.
done many things.
Thank you. Thank you all to joining today.
Yeah, for
And,
further things, I shared details, website, numbers. So for further things, and whenever you want anything and want to start and any programs with us, so you can reach out to us.
oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
yeah. Okay, Ashish. Yeah.